Thanks. Hi, Otto. Let me know if you can, like, see and hear. See, okay, you already did. Thank you. Awesome. But doesn't chia water get all, like, gelatinous? You are ready. Alright. Penguins. And I still have the Velcro fingers, so all the felt is gonna catch in them. It's so annoying when, you know, crochet or, well, felt. I don't know if you can see, but literally, like, stuff catches up on my finger. And it's because it's dry and kind of peeling in a way. I don't hate it. Also, flavored mango. That sounds amazing. I know people make puddings with chia seeds. Oh my god, yeah, I can see. Yeah, it's so annoying. I don't know if you get that, but oh, like everything sticks to my stupid fingers. Alright. So I was at the point where I was gonna sew the penguin face on this one. Yeah, I didn't get on with pudding. You know what I've seen that really boggles me? People make jam like that. Like they're gonna mix chia seeds and probably some kind of fruit puree, and it makes a jam, and all I can think of is that it has to feel like the worst kind of raspberry jam with all the seeds in it. I don't know how you make chia water, but the jam and the pudding, no. Also, check this out. I got this. I've added quite a few things to the kit just from sorting things out and rummaging around. So I think these are gonna work with these fine. And then instead of using the silver one for the white felt, I'm thinking of maybe using this iridescent one or this white iridescent one. I think it might be prettier with the white felt. I feel like the silver ones are like a bit too contrasty. So there's that. Then I found that I had this miniature pom-pom maker, and I found a leftover bit of off-white yarn that I could make tiny pom-poms for the hats. And I also found some felt from the dollar store that I could make pom-poms, like just make rounds. That's part of it. And also some other kind of seed beads, because the plastic ones that came with the set are kind of cloudy a bit. So these are glass iridescent, and this is a mixed bag of glass colorful ones. So a bunch of little things that I was able to group together with this. I think the white one, yeah, I think so too, right? Like the white iridescent one. These would work, but I feel like the opaque one would work better because all the other sequins are opaque as well in the kit. Yeah. Anyway, I got options. Alright, so gotta sew that on. I wonder if I have enough white thread left on this little needle. I'm gonna risk it. Oh my god, if I found out that there is a Miyuki bead shop, like 100% Miyuki bead near. Oh no, that's so dangerous. Oh no. Also, yes, but also, oh no, but also, oh yes. Oh, I love Miyuki seed beads so much. I will take in orders from you. Well, first of all, you have to tell me just how expensive or not they are. And then I really enjoy, like, adding sequins onto things with the beads. Hi, Cheryl. with the seed bead in the middle, you know. I think this is fun, and I kind of want to add sequins to a bunch of stuff when I'm done with the penguins. But I haven't really developed that idea any further. I just think that seed beads are always so pretty. But, like, what do you do with them? Your ornaments are a really good way to use them, but I'm like, what else? I don't feel them that good for clothing because, like, if you wash it, it's gonna be like, eh. My mom would love you. She was trying to convince me that I should use sequins on my fabric bubbles. As if I've ever used sequins. Yeah, I was thinking with the felt I found, like the dollar store felt. Well, okay, it's super cheap felt from the dollar store, so yeah. Hey, Lena! Hi! But I was thinking of perhaps making other little ornaments, like simple things like a star that I put a bunch of sequins on it, and like ivy? Is that? Holly. Holly is the word I'm looking for. And just like fun little things to add in my miniature tree, but with sequins on them, so that the light sketch on the sequins and enhances the effect. It's a miniature fake tree, so I feel like the kind of lights that works with them, it's you know, those fairy string lights, so those are tiny. Great, I had a successful fabric shopping haul. Oh yeah, tell me, what did you manage to grab? You told me you got, hold on, so 6 out of 30. That's like, what, 15% were available? It sounds completely bonkers. Oh, not the online sale. Okay, an actual store sale. I went to the local fabric shop. Boring bits were the sewing threads. Oh, why boring? I don't know why. I like shopping for threads for sewing. Even if it's just white, it's like, oh, I need to buy more because I finished a bobbin. I feel like that's an achievement. How's the packing going, Lena? We only have the necessities out now and some random things. I'll use the evenings to take apart some furniture. So, how many days away is the actual move? Then a Liberty fabric, just one. Then I found a much cheaper fabric. It would be perfect. Ooh. For the wreath quilt, the white part, are you gonna use one of those low volumes like Liberty fabrics? We'll go next weekend to paint and stuff. Oh, on the 5th. Wow, that's coming up soon. I hope it goes well. I'm excited for the weather to get a bit cooler in general, so that I can, you know, get more sewing done. I've got some Liberty Christmas fabric that is silver on white. Oh yeah, gold on white. I haven't decided which one to use yet. I will see which one the wreath goes better with ones. Yeah, fair enough. So it's really gonna be like a holiday themed quilt. it's going to be huge. Are you sure that you want to tackle another huge quilt? No. Oh no. I'm not sure at all. Aww. But how would I shrink that awkward shape? You'd have to do like by... I think a way you could work it out to make it a bit less intensive would be to group some of the diamonds together. But that might be more complex and I just don't know it. Otherwise, you're gonna have to shrink everything in a manageable way. Like, make the diamond shapes be a lot smaller, but that's... I'm sure that's less work. And I have that center design as well. Yeah. The center design kind of reminds me of a wrapped gift. Ow. Do you think you will add appliques on the wreath when you're done? Yeah, it does remind me of that too. Yeah. It depends on if I have less to... You always sound so optimistic. And yelling at you about why you didn't stop me from taking on another huge quilt. I want it written on the record that I at least questioned, like, I asked the important question of, are you sure you want to do that? Everything else is outside my it's outside what I can do. I can't really physically stop you from doing it. You know what? I don't think I would stop you. I think I would help you. I'd try to, I don't know, perhaps put some EPP diamonds together or something. Keep you company as you work on it, or I don't know. Are you excited about painting your new apartment? I kind of am. It will be lots of work, but I'm more excited to put in the new furniture and old one, of course, and new plants. Do you know what colors you want to paint it? But I was kind of expecting you to get on a normal flight, get to Edinburgh, turn up at my apartment, break the door down, kick the door down, like BAM! No! No, Otto, no! I show up with the spray bottle. I want a creamy color, like a warm off-white. Oh, that's lovely. This is not the most popular opinion, but I really like white walls. I really don't mind it. I feel like it leaves so many options for putting up whatever you want, you know. And there's always so many things on the walls, like bookshelves and posters and artworks, that you don't really see the white wall anymore, you know. Exactly. I like it a lot. Is it still neutral but cozy? Yeah. Yeah, it has that warmth to it. A bit like when you have light bulbs and you have the cool white ones. Those always feel kind of weird. I feel like they're the light bulbs you put in the tool shed, you know. For the living space, I prefer ideally neutral white or warm white. For stuff like the bedroom, I say neutral white because a lot of the stuff we both work on is color related, so having warm white light bulbs kind of mess it up. I'm glad you guys love white wall. I'm glad you guys also love white walls. White feels a bit too cold, so I like the off-white more. Because white still pops up. Yeah, that's true. I have white shelves and white... Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, that's a fun... Like, really, it's a bit like... we were talking, like low-volume fabrics. Where everything is kind of really close together in hue, so it has some it's like enrichment for the eyes. For the living room, I have wooden shelves and darker furniture. Off-white goes with everything, whether it's like creamy off-white or slightly gray off-white. It's not for nothing that these are called neutral colors. I have vitamin D deficiency, need the light. Everybody has vitamin D deficiency, unless you live in closer to the equator. It's a difficult vitamin to get enough of, unless you spend a lot of time under the sun. Because there are not that many sources of it. Our studio is quite dark and long. It was painted gray when we bought it. Just painting the walls white. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You won't have a color that will bounce light as much as white. So if a room is kind of dark, if you paint it white, that's the biggest chance you can sort of give it to maximize the light that gets in there. Oh yes, and white, you're more flexible with what you put in there. Yeah. And if you get tired, like let's say you have white walls and you decide to get accent furniture or decorations that are all red, and one day you're fed up with the red, you don't have to redo the whole space. You can just like change the cushions, change the artwork. Like it's much easier to manage, I feel like. Oh yes, and with white you're more aware. Every single godforsaken wall in this apartment was that awful gray. I mean, I don't know, I think gray is not too bad. Like, if you give me choice between gray everything and like, I don't know, like a darker color, I think I would prefer the gray. Might be just me though. My furniture now is red couch and a green armchair. That sounds lovely. That's fun. The new armchairs will be dark turquoise and the new couch will be dark gray. Ooh, with warm wooden details and wooden shelves. Yeah, that's gonna be very pretty. faces attached. What's next? Attach appliques 9 through 11. Okay, so that's the bellies, the flipper, and the scarves. Okay. 10. 11. And bellies. All right. The red couch will go. It's too small for the new place, but too big for the side rooms. The old armchair will go in the new office. Oh, that sounds good. I wish I wanted the rooms are nice. Is it a much bigger space than your previous one? Yes, we have one room more. What's that room gonna be for? I can hear a leaf blower neighbor. Bedroom will be bigger too, and with straight walls. We have actual usable wall space. That sounds cool. Extra room will be for art stuff. Yes! Perfect use of that extra room. Wall space might sound trivial to others, but it feels like a luxury. Like you can have shelves on walls, lamps, paintings. Hey, Yuri! Hello! No, it's not trivial. Though the kind of space that I enjoyed the most, even though I know it's a pain in the ass, is the rooms that have slanted walls because they're, it's the roof of the house. I've always felt like these rooms were extra magical, but yeah, I can see how they could be problematic too. Pretty sure I could tape stuff on the wall with, washi tape. All my rooms now have slanted walls. There's a difference, I feel like, between slanted walls because it's the roof and slanted walls because the house has moved and not a single thing is straight anymore. My first apartment here was a bit like that. If you put like a marble anywhere on the ground in there, it would just roll in a direction. You mean Ev likes... Is that the name for it? Like I'm short, so that's not too annoying to be short in there. So yeah, I guess I do. Yeah, it's not fabric glue. It's just a glue stick. It's quite handy for eaves. Eve likes eaves. I mean, I do. I did a house viewing last week, and the house was from the 19th century, and all the floors were slanted. That's always a bit problematic. It has character, it has charm, but it's also a pain in the butt. Being short is definitely an advantage in liking Eves. Yeah, like Mr. E likes it, but probably wouldn't enjoy being in there a lot. Though less fun reason, because this is from... Oh yeah, that's not cool. My first apartment that was all slanted like that, I think it became so weird, not from earthquake, but from being on the street that the subway goes under. And that house moved a lot. There were some points when we went in the unfinished basement, and some of the support beams didn't really touch the ceiling. Like you had the beam coming from the unfinished floor going up, and there was a big gap between the beam and the ceiling of the basement. And like we have a lot of freeze and thaw here, so all of that contributed to a really funky situation. Hey, Paulo! Hello! Needless to say, we did not bid on the house. Also, the estate agent kept on making... Ew! 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 Yuck! No! Ugh, that's a big yikes. Ah, that person can just F off forever. Yeah, that's a... I don't know. It's disgusting. That estate agent was weird. Yeah, I love me some weird, but this... No, this is not good weird. This is I'm not gonna do business with you weird. When we go on bike rides around here, we're often ending up on the street that is kind of known to be the street with all the, you know, very expensive houses on it. And it's a great street for cycling because it's kind of like Montreal is an island, and it's the last street until you fall off the island, if you know what I mean. So it's not intersected a lot by other streets, so you can bike for, you know, a significant length before having to stop. You don't have to stop at every single street corner. And yeah, but the houses on there, and sometimes like either when we see some on sale or when I remember the street number and street name, I can check what the house is worth. And it's just bad shit. Last street before you fall off the... I mean, it is. Oh yeah, they have amazing views for sure. And when you time yourself well and you bike along that street as the sun sets, like there's you, there's the houses, and the sun sets on the other side of the houses, and you can kind of see the sun setting through the houses, which is really cool. because all these houses have huge bay windows. You know they have, so you can sort of see through the house and see the sunset, and it's kind of cool. But yeah, it also makes me like it's a double-edged sword because it also makes me feel miserable that we're kind of poor. So look at, oh man, I do. I mean, as much as possible because I don't want to crash my bike either. But yeah, it's just such a nice light, like play of light to have the sunset shining through the houses. Like it's this warm egg yolk yellow light. It's beautiful. Looking at houses online is so fun. I love to snoop in. Yeah, being able to find a listing of a house for sale and look at how the house is decorated. Oh boy. Sometimes they look good. Sometimes they really feed in this stereotype that rich people have no taste. Some are terrible. They're so gaudy. Sad beige. I don't mind sad beige as much. It's more like the marble flooring that doesn't match with the chandeliers, that doesn't match with the staircases, that doesn't match with the vase, that doesn't match with anything, the curtains, like it's all expensive things. Do you remember when I was looking at apartments, I found that super expensive mission that had so much stuff, like aristocrat. Yeah. It's just so surreal to look at because you feel like it's the kind of stuff they put in movies to make fun of it. But also it exists out there. It really depends for me. Some sad beige truly has no character or soul and just looks like a showroom. Yeah. I can see that. But yeah, a bit earlier in the stream we were talking about how we all love white walls. So... it's like it's a bit like no one wins really, because if it's totally lackluster showroom kind of display, like it's kind of bland. But also sometimes when it has a bit too much character, it can be unsettling. Yeah, okay. Be right back. trop de place.
Je vais mettre en bas on met les trucs de vélo.
Ok, parfait. Sorry, I'm back. I love that we find things in common like that. Love a white wall. Let's go! Team white walls! It really can. My bedroom walls are all white except for one accent wall, which is painted a dark bluish green. Paired with really warm yellow curtains. When inside the whole room glows. Oh, that sounds so pretty! But that only works because the other walls are... Yeah, and the fact that the walls are white has to help with making the sunlight bounce off and make the room even more glowy. If all the walls were dark, it wouldn't work at all. pt3 on the walls. Titanium walls. At first, like I was trying to. When I first saw pt3 on the walls, I saw like Povo walls or something. Oh, be right back. Okay. Okay. While Otto is away, let's all talk about how awesome she is. What are Povo walls? Okay, so the Povo thing starts from a TikTok account of a dude that reacts to all the TikToks of extreme restocking thing, like you know the extreme stupid ones, like people restocking their ice freezer, or someone restocking their 6 fridges, like that nonsense stuff. And the guy reacts to it and makes fun of it and came up with the... I don't think he invented the word, but he refers to stuff as Povo a lot, and Povo is like for poor people. I love how Otto gets these really cool knitting crochet ideas. Yeah, and like impressive projects and powers through. Back, what did I miss? We were talking about good things you do. While you were away, I was like, okay, Otto is gone. Let's talk about how awesome she is. And then I was saying that I read pt3 on the walls as Povo walls first. And my brain went there because I once worked on a project, and my friend was doing the colors of like the backgrounds and all that. And for a specific background, she made the walls white because it looked good with... Hey, salut Chiro! It looked, speaking of white, it looked good with all the, you know, everything that was in that specific drawing. And the producers on that project were like, oh, we really don't like the white walls. It looks poor. So it's been a running gag of white walls are for poor people, and then Povo walls. By the way, knitting and ornaments, I've seen people putting knitted swatches into small embroidery hoops. Oh, that's cute! Chiro Banano! Hello! Trop de soleil pour toi, poulette? Too much sun for her. It was kind of cloudy, but the sun just came out, so her sunbrella is not set up. White is so easy to paint over to include. Yeah, yeah. If you have an issue, like let's say you a bit of paint chips from the wall, it's so easy to get to patch it up. There are also knitted ornaments in Tarsia with, oh wow, that's a lot of work. Hey Cheryl, little kitten, ow. Oh, my stupid thumb, it's still borked. Oh, ouais. Qu'est-ce que tu veux, tu pètes? Ouais. I think she wants her sunbrella and a snack. All right. One penguin has a belly. What happened to your thumb? I kind of hurt it when I started sewing by hand, because when you sew by hand you do a lot of like I have the needle in this end and I would do a lot of this motion to get the needle through fabric, and it kind of messed up my thumb. Yeah, it's still hurting, but it's a bit my fault. I don't do the exercises as much as I should. Hold on, I'll go check Cheryl. Alright, sorry. Kitten is set up. Shit, was it made as umbrella and snacks and pets? I mean, who could say no to that little face? Seriously. It sounds annoying. I hope it goes away soon. Yeah, I don't know if it ever will, but I could probably, like, care for it a bit better. Also, like when biking, I don't think that helps as much. In Tarsia you have bobbins of colors and you don't carry the other yarns to the back. Oh. So if you had like white, red, white, red, white, that's 5 bobbins. I think some of the ornaments. Oh, cool! I don't think I have. I'm gonna need a new white of sorts. Yeah, you got one of those bikes where you're more hunched over. Yeah. I mean, I'm not fortunate enough to be in the Netherlands or in another place where the biking culture is a whole lot more prevalent. So it's not that, like, if I think of the local bike store we go to a lot, there's gotta be like 10% of the bikes are the more comfortable ones. So most of the bikes have the lower handles in the front, so you're kind of hunched over. And I'm trying really hard to adjust to this newish bike and to like be mindful of where my weight ends up being, like not put too much weight on my arms. So at the moment I feel like I've been run over because everything hurts. Like we went biking on Friday and I think like me trying to do that has made it for a really sore Sunday. Like I can tell the shoulder, the arms, the back, everything is kind of like telling me that I'm old and out of shape. God, these bubbles are super. I'm excited to see. So sorry to. It's just, you know, being old. But I need my ornaments to be flat as possible because I own mold. Why flat though? For storage purposes? For storage, okay. Put them in my favorites too because I like the idea of having a garland of them along the bookshelf. Oh yeah. And garlands along staircases if you have it, or windowsill, or curtain rod. I'm so bothered by how it's just partly practical to bike around here. It's like, yay, we have decent bike lanes, but not a lot of bike parking, and the few places you can park your bike, it's not necessarily safe. Like there's a lot of stealing of bikes or stealing of bike parts, or sometimes like I've seen quite a lot of bikes that are not stolen or whatever, but they're really broken up. Like the front wheel or the back wheel is all like wavy. It's not supposed to be like that. So I don't know if that's from the winters and the snowplows or if it's just from people being awful. But yeah, like so many things would be easy to do if we could just hop on a bike to get there and back. But it's such a hassle to manage the bike once over there that it doesn't make it practical. If there's little choice, it's very... Such a kid. My dad has one of those hunched over bikes, and I used it once, and I very much relate to your experience. Thank you so much. I need to make my core muscles stronger. So true, bikes seem to be the easiest stolen everywhere through. Except Japan. But yeah, it's an issue, and it's not present enough culturally so that you can have like inexpensive bikes that it's not such a hassle. Like bummer. Like, it's not interesting to steal, and should it be stolen, it's not too much of a drain to replace, if you know what I mean. We're getting a few bike share services that, you know, are doing the best they can, but it's still not... Like, if you don't live very near one of those stations, it's not super handy. And also, you never know if, let's say you path your, you have a path decided, like which station, bike share station you start and which bike share station you drop your bike. Well, if you get there and the bike share rack is full, you can't just leave the bike there. So where do you go then? You go to the next bike share station, but where is it, and how further away is it, and what if that one is full too? You know, it's... A beat-up bike is very common here. That's the bike you use in the city or at the train station, so it doesn't get stolen. Yeah, a beat-up bike is fine. Like, as long as it's, you know, still straight and, you know, works. That would be ideal for, you know, doing errands and whatnot. You take the one that looks like it hardly functions to the public spaces. Yep. But where do you find one like that? That's kind of the next issue. I had one and then it was taken apart, and I learned it was by a friend who didn't know it was my bike because it looked like it was all broken. Oh no! No! I hate parking my e-bike though. I'm always super scared. Yeah. Yeah. Are there bike boxes you can rent? What do you call a bike box? Oh, Otto is BRB again, so let's talk more about how awesome she is. I'm gonna start doing that for whenever someone goes BRB. I'm so excited to see her Christmas tree with all the pretty fabric baubles with the beads on the side, like in the tree lights. I'm so excited to see how that will look. Tree lights are amazing. But yeah, the thing is here you can, like, you need a beat-up bike that has no removable parts. Because that will get taken off. Like, how do you come home with a bike that has no seat? A small storage boxes for bikes, like public bike garages for rent at train station. They're usually limited but available. No, I haven't seen that. The most I've seen is just an outdoors bike rack at the subway station. Bike boxes is what we would need. Or I've seen in Japan you have like indoor parking for bikes that works a bit like you know, indoor parking for cars. Like, there's a gate, there's someone working at the gate, and you have to pay to park your bike in there. It's not super expensive, but there's an added security level of not everyone can just walk in and walk out. I tend to walk to the station because it's quite close, but it's more that I could cycle to the woods, but I'm afraid it would get stolen there. Yeah, exactly. And that's so annoying. Like, I was looking at a place I wanted to go. That's not that far if you look at it from an aerial view. And I was like mapping the various ways to get there. It's a 2 hours walk by foot. It's a 30 minutes bike ride. It's a 20 minutes car ride, but I don't have a car, so not relevant. And it's like an hour and something through commuting. It would take less time to get there in a bike than commuting there. And it just made me so annoyed. I was so pissed. Like, this is stupid. So I don't know, perhaps the thing one day will be to invest in a kind of foldable bike of some sort that I can at least like fold up and carry with me. In a way, if that's doable. But yeah, it's just so annoying. You guys should see the parking garage for bikes in Utrecht. It's the biggest in the world. I think I might have seen images of it in one of Not Just Bikes videos. Foldable bikes are really awesome. They're just not that easy to find. I think I've seen even less of those than the high-handled bikes. But yeah, I would love that. Also, I'm short, so I don't really mind that it's a smaller bike. That's fine. Great pronunciation of Utrecht. Is that what I said? Thank you. I'm kind of anxious about foldable bikes. How so? It's kind of interesting how reading and speaking French helps in unexpected places with pronunciation of things I've never really pronounced before. Like, Japanese is a lot easier to pronounce if you approach it with French in mind than with English. What about you, Paulo? Do you bike? How is biking in Portugal? Oh, relatable, I have that too. I'm learning Swedish and it makes so much more sense when I approach it from the... Yeah, basically everything kind of makes more sense when you approach it from not English. My brain imagines worst case scenarios, and with foldable bikes it tells me it could break apart. Oh, okay. I see. In my city it's a bit difficult because of the hills. But some people... It would make for excellent cardio though. That's a good exercise. I freaking hate hills. I have old person knees. My knees just hate everything. So hills are always a bit of a problem. But yeah, they make for excellent exercise though. And going downhill is a lot of fun. Going uphill is the issue. English is just too weird sometimes. Oh, it so is. Yeah, I worked with a person that also had a foldable bike, and it was so interesting to see the bike all folded up into like a cube kind of shape. And you're like, oh, that's cool. That sounds handy. That was at least a decade ago. But yeah, like I live just far enough from, let's say, a farmer's market that it's annoying to go there, so I never go. Because commuting is annoying, and it takes takes just enough time to be annoying, especially if you kind of miss your bus and then your subway, your metro. And also having to hold the stuff back. Like it's a kind of a lot of work for getting things from the farmer's market. It would be much easier by bike. But then that's the other issue. You get there and there's limited parking for bikes and people stealing bikes, and it's a weird area that has kind of a mix of mid to high income people and homeless people. So it's a weird hodgepodge. For a time I wanted a bike or any bike, but my family bought me a small electric quadricycle. Ooh, that's cool. That's really, really cool. Hey, welcome back, Otto. I used to use the public transportation, but one year it was really bad due to massive construction in the city, and I had to take... Ugh. That's not good. When you have a fixed schedule, it's hard to rely on bus when they don't appear. Yeah. That's one of the issues of commutes in general. Is like it's all nice and good if they can keep to the schedule, but I mean, there's gonna be things that is gonna make that impossible. Like for here, it's stuff like snow in the winter, storms, like accidents. Like there's always gonna be something. But I feel like snow is one of the main issues that makes the service not that reliable in the winter. And it's just the weather. Like, what are you gonna do? If it snows, it snows. Your problem shows again how easy access to infrastructure also benefits the... Yeah, exactly. But no. We got so many old grumpy boomers that complain about biking lanes, and I'm like, you need to see the situation a bit further than your own nose, because if more people can use biking lanes and biking infrastructure, that means less cars on the road. That means people who really have to use their cars are going to be less stuck in traffic. So if you're one of those people that absolutely needs to use a car, you benefit from better biking infrastructure. But no, they don't see it that far. They don't have the foresight to figure this out. Buses are usually reliable here, but trains aren't. You see, over here it's the opposite, because the buses have to deal with the weather outside, while the trains and, well, the subway is underground. So you should not have to shovel in the subway. I don't want to jinx it, like it's gonna collapse or something. But yeah, like it's no snow at least. I've read that they're now estimating train schedule here and not doing the math. That's so bad. Subway can be flooded. Oh yeah, and they are. When we have like big rainstorms, it always ends up in the subway, but it doesn't happen as much as big snowstorms. And the snow can be an issue when it melts in the spring, but usually, when the snow falls and we have snow plows that pick it up and bring it somewhere else, so when it melts, it's not the same volume as if it had rained that same amount of water. But oh yeah, we have a couple of stations that are known to have like waterfalls when we have a rainstorm. Honestly, I think reality went so weird that it's like no one would have anticipated. What do you mean? For the longest time I also hated driving, but now it doesn't bother me. What did you hate about driving, Paulo? And welcome back, Ato. Did I say welcome back already? The estimated train schedule. Like, you know, I feel like, from experience, it reminds me of the kind of situation where someone brought the issue up when people were trying to troubleshoot something. And they were like, oh yeah, but what if this happens? And they were told like, nah, that's not gonna happen. Nah, it's gonna be fine, blah, 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 blah. And then they implement whatever stupid thing they ended up choosing, and the issue that the person brought up happens, and now they just panic and try to fix it with a band-aid. Didn't understand the question. Oh, I was just asking why you didn't like driving before. If something has changed, or if you just, you know, don't mind it. North American infrastructure is so frustrating. I hate it so much. It's so stupid. It's stupid. Ugh, bloody nut. Oh yeah. I never liked driving and always had the bus stop near my home. Oh, okay. Okay. That's handy. So I saw no need until it got all like messed up. So my car is really cutesy. Aw. Almost done sewing on the penguin's belly. Then it's the flippers, and then it's the scarf. I really like my bike. It's a kind of a bright neon coral color. And also we found out that it's made here in Quebec. It's a brand I had never heard of before, but yeah, we were talking with the bike dude where we bought the bike, and he was like, yeah, that's made here. I was like, ugh. How cool is that? But yeah, we mostly use it for bike rides, not exactly for ease of everyday life, if that makes sense. Like, I don't use it to run errands or to go places, or oh, nice color. Mine is just navy. Yeah, the thing with bikes is you never really know what's going to be available in terms of colors, but I was really happy with that color. I like a bright, I like bright extreme colors on shoes and bikes. feel like these are the two things that it's the easiest to get away with it. Right, I'm gonna need black thread. And I'm gonna need some flippers. Me too, also socks. Yep. If you have the more sober colored shoes, then you pick out the bright socks. But yeah, I'm always so bummed out when I see that the only shoes, like I'm somewhat loyal to a specific brand because I really like their shoes. Not the utmost best quality, but they're always comfortable, like always. I've never had to break one of their shoes in. And some years they have amazing colorways, and it's never the years that I need to replace my shoes. It's always the years where I need to replace my shoes. They always have like the bland white shoes, and I just hate. I don't want white sneakers. First of all, they're gonna stay white for like 1 second, so let's not. Yeah, sometimes you like the model, but they only come in colors. Yeah, that's so annoying. Oh, I remember there was a few years back, where all the colors, all the shoes were like insane bright colors and gradients and whatnot, and I wanted all of them. Lisbon, hold on. Lisbon transport system was easy to use. I like their system. What was special about it? Lisbon has subway, which sadly we don't have. We are getting a metro bus with a specific line, but the construction really messed up the city. I could always spray painted. Oh yeah, if it's a beat up bike, you could have fun with it. Put all sorts of decals on it or stickers, vinyl stickers. But yeah, to go back to shoes, I saw like one of the shops that I liked their clothing on a somewhat regular basis. Like they're like somewhat Canadian business-ish. And they had a collaboration with my favorite brand of shoes, and I was like, oh my gosh, amazing. And all the shoes are mostly white, and I was like, ah. Why? Why do you come up with three models of shoes and they're all basically the same except for the accent color? Like, that's silly. Why do you do that? Like, make one that's the opposite. Like, it has a strong color and a white accent color. That would work out better. Shoes. Shoes. I'm also a sucker for 3 colors, shoes and t-shirt. What's a 3 color? Is it a specific kind of colorway? But yeah, a few years back they had like shoes that the sole would be like neon red, and then the shoes outer body would be like a gradient of bright cyan to yellow and have black accents on it. Like the most perfect shoe ever. Nope, a shoe with 3 colors, usually color black. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. This love-hate relationship with shoes. Love shoes, hate shoe shopping. Yep, that's a good way to put it. And shoe shopping nowadays is kind of always a bit of a disappointment, because it's always the same kind of scenarios that repeat themselves. Either all the colorways are not to your taste, or you find a shoe you like, but now everything is made so cheaply that it lasts barely for a season. Or, you know, like, it's like Converse All-Stars. Like, they are really fun shoes, and they come with all sorts of colors, and they're like versatile, like a classic style and all of that, but they're so poorly made. The quality is in the dump. And it's kind of like that, like Adidas, like the Stan Smith is a classic model, but they don't last anymore. My dad had Stan Smith's Adidas shoes when I was younger, and he would keep them for a long while, and they were like all worn out but still usable. They were not like falling apart, they were just worn out. And nowadays the shoes, they break in places where you're like, who made this? They're not made to last, especially if you wear them every day. Yeah, and it's just so annoying to have to go back and try to find a new shoe all the time. And then the soles wear out, and you're like, you can't really replace the rubber sole on a sneaker. Ugh. Blah. You know how they often get worn out at the area, like, let's say you have the front of the shoe, that's the toes. Well, it, like, when you walk, it bends at the toes, so it creates like stress fractures on the place where it bends, and you're like, how is this made so cheap? Like, what do you think I'm gonna do with the shoes? Just look at them? No, I'm gonna walk in them. So why not figure out why not figure out a fabric or a material that is gonna last a bit longer? My new All-Stars got ripped. What? How? Oh my gosh, that's depressing. Like, Converse All-Stars, they fall apart from everywhere. Like, the glue is terrible, and the rubber just splits and cracks, and ugh. And they don't sell these for like $20. Like, the most basic Converse All-Stars are like $50, and if you want some of the more fun designs, then you're gonna have to shell out even more money. And even when I remember, I got a pair of All-Stars that was made from leather. They were more expensive, of course, but I was like, oh, maybe the leather would be a bit more long-lasting. Well, the leather was fine, but the soles unglued themselves from the shoe. Wonderful. Great shoes. Love it. What color All-Stars did you get, Yuri? C'est sèche, ça?
Je sais pas, sûrement.
Okay. Alright, one flipper down. It's kind of hard to tie up a knot with the black thread because I can't see it. like to go back in the threads to tie up knots, but for that I have to be able to see it. They were these bluish gray colors. I use them when I need a show that can get dirty. Ah, that's a bummer though. Ow. I'm probably gonna have to go help with that. So, again, I'll be right back. Vous voulez faire des singeries dans mon stream?
J'en ai pas fait.
Non.
J'ai eu envie.
Yeah, it was a bummer. I did get a new shirt though. It's of a magpie dressed as a... That sounds really cute. Is it like a t-shirt? You know, I went out to set up Shiro with her umbrella and everything, and she's not even under it. She ate the snack and she walked off. Yay, thank you, cat. Great. I'm eager to sew more sequins on these guys. When's the next step with sequins? Give me the sequins. Yeah, it's a t-shirt. T-shirts are the best. She just wants to know that she has the power to manifest the umbrella. Cats, they just want to have the confirmation that they can make you do anything. They don't want the thing, they just want to hassle you into making it happen. But yeah, she's way too cute. I could not hold it against her. I wonder if she went to... No. Sometimes she likes to go underneath a plant that is nearby. It's natural shade, and I think the ground is kind of cooler under there, but it's not that hot today. I think if I manage to finish all the penguins, I think they're gonna cover up the entire tree. I might make them into a garland, maybe, if they're like too much for the tiny miniature tree. There's 6. Penguin 3. Just find a way to attach them like in like 1, then 2, then 3, so it's like a pyramid shape, a tree shape, and have that be the Christmas tree. A full-on penguin tree. So the current ones that I'm making are the ones with the candy cane and the shovel. Could do that on a canvas. Yeah, I could. Did I tell you guys that I managed to have another like somewhat dramatic discussion in my latest video's comment section? I showed a White Knight palette, just like photos of it. No link to purchase, because that's not the goal. It's just like, oh, look at this thing, how cool is it? And it's their animalistic palette. And then yeah, I got people were like, oh, after 3 years of wars, why do you support Russia and all of that? And I was just like, I didn't have much to do though, because other people took part in the discussion, and it was really interesting to see it happen. But yeah, it's like, I really don't know where to situate my content when it comes to things like that, or to like stuff like platforms like Temu that are problematic in some aspects, but also like why would anyone want to pay like 10 times the price of a thing because it's get imported and white labeled and Like, you can find the stuff on Temu that sells for 10 times the same price on Amazon. And it's just like, well, how do you even sort this out as a customer that is obviously not made of money? Oh, you saw it, Paulo. Yeah, I was just like, I don't know, I felt like just showing the palette and mentioning it was not really an endorsement of anything. Like, I know that if personally I saw something like that, my instinct would not be to think that the person is promoting anything, but it would be to check out the palette, what colors it contains, and to see if I can like dupe it from colors I already have. But that's just me. I think those comments are also just part of the internet. Yeah, that's also a very good point. And I don't really delete comment unless someone is being too weird or too rude. So I don't really mind leaving it there. Like, it's fine by me as long as the conversation is somewhat civil. Maybe, I don't think the person was Ukrainian, but it's a possibility. And it's not like I've completely like ditched, like I did a whole video on the rosa paints and that kind of stuff. So I don't know, it was just weird because I think those comments are also just part of the internet. Yeah. The username did look like a throwaway account, like a user number, letter number. It's fine, it's fine. Like, discussions are fine, but yeah, the internet sometimes. I love when things derail into a bit of drama, like it did with the Daniel Smith thing. That was kind of funny to me, like, but yeah, it's like where do you draw the line between what you can just mention in passing or not, or I tend to default to either what I feel like I'd be okay with if I saw it on someone else's content, but that's not a rule that works every single time. I've apparently said things in the past that were a lot more offensive than I thought they would ever be. So the Daniel Smith also didn't breach any human rights, which I think made it all funny. That's a very valid point. And like I'm not knowledgeable enough about the situation in Russia to be able to figure out if like it's they live under a dictatorship, so how do you even figure out who supports who by choice or not? Like it's a mess. Although the SFR died really fast as I predicted. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's only a few people that are still like not too impressed by them. I mean, the paints are good. If anyone else came to be at the helm of the company and had a different approach to many aspects of it, I'd be fine with promoting the paints or at least mentioning them. But I'm not. No, there wasn't any new DS affair, just the old thing with the Primatech paints. Still good for a good laugh, though. That Primatech nonsense. It was so funny. He appears regularly in art shop streams. Ugh. Oh, someone just walked by with way too much perfume on. Ugh. Oh, he still claims that he has access to the world's only phthalo mine, and I just thought I missed some good drama. I know, child. Oh, I think it's just a tantrum. Seems to be okay. I need to shift. That was a bad position to be. We need more like silly drama, not serious political drama. I feel like the Daniel Smith dude has too much of a used cars salesman vibe going on. Also, kind of weird that he still feels the need to promote the paints. Everybody knows about Daniel Smith. It's kind of ubiquitous. Wouldn't it be funny if he renamed the whole brand after himself? I would laugh so hard. Oh yeah, it has a fan club. I think every single brand has a fan club. Like Winsor & Newton also has one. It's often a very purist approach. They must have been so bummed when Winsor & Newton removed their there's a real-in. The stable owner's 4-year-old son is taking a liking to Greta. He has a... Oh, that's so funny. Well, that's not funny. That's so cute. That's the word I was trying to find. Sorry. And asks if he wants to pet her. He signs no yellow because Greta is yellow. Aww. That's adorable. Not gonna lie, every time I'm watching art YouTube videos and the artist says genuine, I just can't. Unless it's a genuine Viridian, genuine Aurelian, you know, that's fine. I got reminded of it because of the crying. Aw. It never is. Aw, bummer. Yeah, the penguins are getting their scarves. The next item I need to attach to them, I think, are the sparkly bits of the scarves. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, these sequined scarf thingamajigs. Like, it would be a whole lot more acceptable if the Primatech paints were not that expensive. But to be honest, like, even if I liked Daniel Smith, they're so expensive now. I could not justify getting them, really. Like, even the Series 1 are really expensive now. Oh, that's not a pretty knot. I even bothered to lubricate my stupid thread and it still makes knots. Yeah, but I mean over time. I don't know about recently, but I remember when I started my channel, this bloody stupid freaking nut piece of garbage. Ah, there you go. Why are you such a pain in the ass? What's up? Curse you. I can't remember. The eyes are embroidered. So yeah, when I made my channel a good few years back, a Series 1 Daniel Smith here cost about $12 for 15 milliliters. So that's your yellow ochre, titanium white, the ivory black, lamp black, you know, the most inexpensive pigments. And that's fine. That's fine. Now it's like $18 for those. Oh, shh. Okay, I'm back. Does the thread keep getting into a loop knot? Yeah, it's a loop knot, and sometimes I can like pull those free, but sometimes they really stick together. And this thread is not the best quality of thread, so it just breaks apart rather than pull the knot apart. Does that make sense? There's a trick to it? It feels counterintuitive, but... Ah, salut Fluffy Tabby! Ouais! Allô? Ouais! When that happens, pull the needle through the loop. So you can pull the loop. Hold on. How do you know in which way to pull the needle through the loop? doesn't matter, you're just hooking the loop on a needle like halfway up the needle. Oh, I think I understand. Hold on. That's what I try to do at times, but I don't always succeed. Hold on, let me finish and I'm gonna try to pretend muck up of some way. Okay, so let me get it. Okay, let's pretend that this is my thread. Okay, and let's pretend that there's a knot in it. Okay, so I take my needle and put it in there, and I pull on that to undo it. Is that what you mean? Does that make sense? Yep, okay. Okay, cool. I'll try that next time. Definitely. Ow. Oh, fudge. Yep, put the needle through, pull it tight. Okay, hold on, let me, okay, so I have my, I could make a, okay, so I have my knot. So I put my needle in it, or whatever, and then I pull it tight. Being a more of a visual learner is a trip. Okay, so hold on. This is my loop. Hold on, so I put my needle in it, and then I pull what tight. No, okay, not touching it. Okay, we're still back to needle in loop. Like I pull on the needle like this, or hold on. Okay, but it's gonna tighten the loop around the needle, basically, right? Like this. Okay, so okay, hold on. I'm gonna take something more round just so it doesn't fray the. Okay, so okay, I have my knot. So basically, I pull on the threads, but the knot is not gonna move. Okay, hold on to two hands like this and I pull on it. It's like it's gonna set the knot straight so that it can be undone. Okay, so after pulling on both, like the knot is probably gonna shift a bit, and then I can like pull it apart like that. Okay, cool, got it. Awesome. I'll definitely do that next time, because I always end up with knots on my stupid thread. Oh no, don't be sorry. I mean, it's not. It's something that is so easy to show visually that it's kind of hard to transfer it into words. Because, like, how do you even... It's literally like, okay, you do this, and then you do this, and then you do that. That's how you explain it into words. So, it's just... Don't be sorry, that's fine. We figured it out. It's like when I first figured out how to make this knot at the end of a thread, like the way with the needle, like I just did. I read about it a bunch of times and I was like, it makes no sense. And then I saw someone do it and I was like, oh, now I get it. Now that makes sense. I think that's just how this kind of stuff works. I'm gonna go shut off the machine and be right back.
C'est une sécheuse, ça n'arrive pas à sécher, fait que t'as encore besoin.
Ouais.
Ok.
Ça c'était déjà sec, fait que je vais l'enlever.
Cool.
Yes! Quoi? Tu qui chiale?
Plat.
Hein? Chialeux? Chialeuse? There's a kitty at the window. It's not Chiro. Who's at the window? It's the kitty we have nicknamed Fluffy Tabby. Because guess what? It's fluffy and it's a tabby. And it's a super friendly cat. And I judging from Shiro's reaction to Fluffy Tabby, I think it's a female. Because Shiro doesn't like other females. She doesn't really mind the dudes, but the ladies, ugh, she gets really pissed at them. So I think it's a female. And I think she saw a squirrel. And yeah, she comes up to the window and she's like, meow, 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 I want snacks. And she's super friendly. She comes to you when you're outside and she likes to be pet. But she doesn't have any ID on her. No color, no nothing. She's not ear-tipped. But not all cats are ear-tipped here. I don't think Shiro is ear-tipped. I know Chaz is not. Like, you see more cats with intact ears than ear-tipped cats, even if they're fully spayed or neutered. Tabbies are no. It's cat. It's 3-color cats. Whether it's calicos that have spots of white, orange, and black, or white, cream, and gray, or tortoiseshell. So torties, not tabbies. Torties are always female. When they're male, they're hermaphrodites, meaning they have 3 chromosomes instead of just 2. Like Scout is a tortie. Yep. And when you have a tortie that also has a tabby pattern, they call that a torbie. So it can get pretty confusing. Oh, that's Shiro. Hi, Shiro. I didn't see her. She was hidden behind Fluffy Tabby. Torby sounds like a cat name too. Kinda does. Oh, there's Tom too. Well, looks like it's cat o'clock here. Okay. So fun thing, it's almost 4 p.m. 4 in French is quatre, and over here we often just say cat. Il est 4 heures, or j'ai 4 chats. So cat, oftentimes depending on how you use it in a sentence, is shortened to cat. So it's cat o'clock literally, and literally because it's 4 o'clock and it's there's like a bajillion cats outside. Chiro, t'es-tu en train de chercher le trouble? The cat hour. I love it so much. It's 10 p.m. there. Ooh, that's late. Okay, I'm about to get ready for bed. Yeah, I'm about to end stream too. That's close to a 2-hour limit. I really wanted to stream this weekend because I was really looking forward to working on the penguins. And then I realized that I wouldn't be able to stream at my usual time and date and everything. And I was like, oh no. But I worry a bit about streaming on Sundays because I know that there are other people that stream on Sundays and I don't necessarily wanna step on their toes. And Otto sulked at me too. It's why I watch the streams before bed. You start when it's 8 p.m. here, and it was always the blockbuster time on TV back in the day. Oh, I'm sorry, Paulo. I haven't figured out a good system to let people know when there's not going to be a stream. I usually mention it on the Discord. But yeah, I know that not everyone checks up the Discord. It was so weird last night. Yeah, yesterday was all weird. Like, I don't feel like Sunday today. I feel like Saturday because everything that I usually do on Saturday, I did today. So I'm all mixed up. The stream time is perfect to get comfy. Aw, I'm glad. I like doing the streams because they're just like fun, like they're chill, they're not demanding. Like it's just a fun time with friends, and we chat about art stuff and food and do things. And through the years of having the stream, I've it has made me do a bunch of stuff that I'm not sure I would have done otherwise, so I think it's a really neat thing overall. I did get time to book my trip to Nagasaki. Oh man, you know what? I'm really looking forward to pictures you will take over there. I don't know if you will share a lot, but Japan is a beautiful country. Like a simpling. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. There's a lot of paintings that would not have happened if not for the streams. And all sorts of crafting projects and ideas and jokes that we made, and like the nautical thing. We're going to the battleship. Ooh, is that the abandoned one? I always get like this a weird like fascination about every place that is abandoned, but that you can tell that humans were there before, like whether it's Chernobyl or Pripyat, or like those abandoned places all over Europe that the communists or the Nazis or whatever. Like just to have photos of like the photos of a space that you can tell that humans were there at some point, and like have other humans come in and interacted with the space, oftentimes in a negative way. But if you can find a place that has truly been abandoned to time, it's fascinating. Is that the what? The abandoned island. I couldn't hear because husband was seeing two nutties. What's that? It is. Oh, that's so cool. Ah, oh, dude. Is it a new thing like Povo? Oh, the abandoned island. That sounds amazing. What's it called? Is it the one that's named Hakima? Inuti tuti patuti, he says. Is that in reference to the Nauticals? Oh, I think he's high on some painkillers. Hashima, sorry. Brain was not quite remembering it right. But, oh, dude, the photos I've seen were already fascinating. I can't imagine just visiting. Like being there. I hope it's the kind of tour that they let you really they leave you room to take in the space you're visiting, like not too much of a guided tour, if that makes sense, like to be able to take your time. Hashima Gunkan Jim's Battleship Island is all referring to the same mountain. Oh, interesting. You can't go into the houses or anything because they are literally crumbling. Yeah, but I mean, like, just to be able to soak in the island at your own pace. Like, even if it's just standing outside of things and looking at them, to be able to really... A bit like when you're in a museum and there are certain paintings you want to spend more time looking at than others. Oh, and this one I only did so half of it. Great, good job, me. Hey, me, hi. The penguins are looking very cute. Thank you. It's definitely a work in progress, but we're getting there. Like it's getting closer to being actual penguins instead of a a bunch of pieces of felt. Though I don't know how my brain totally lapsed on finishing this one up. I still have some thread left, so let's go. Oh, it might have been when I had to go check on the laundry. Yeah. But yeah, to be able to find an abandoned space that is not necessarily full of trauma associated with it, I think that's quite awesome. Because there are some places, like if people had to fled it or to, you know, escape, and they didn't have time to like it was done in a panic, I feel like that's more sad and perhaps a bit difficult to kind of enjoy as a sort of visit. Does that make sense? But if you find like some place that it almost looks like the occupants just vanished, and you don't really know how or why or what happened. Anyway, I think I have a book that's called The Abandoned Japan. I don't know if I kept it or if it was part of the great declutter that happened not long ago. It was not that interesting as a book, so maybe that's why I got rid of it. If I got rid of it. Hold on. Well, it's not in here. Hold on. Yeah, I think it got decluttered. In that same sphere, yeah, abandoned theme park. Yeah, absolutely. Those are fascinating. If anyone has seen James Bond's Skyfall, it's the island they modeled Javier Bardem's character. Yeah, I remember that. I think that's the first time a lot of people were introduced to Hashima Island, and a lot of people went, "What? Hold on, what's this? What's this place like?" Yeah, it was for me too. It's kind of fascinating to think that there's a whole island somewhere that is abandoned. Just hopping on Pinterest and searching for abandoned places. It's always like some places are AI and that's stupid, but some places are real and that's really cool. There's also another couple of islands nearby that were also mining islands that are almost abandoned. Almost? Who stays on there? Abandoned places sounds creepy. Been watching a lot of crime dramas, and those abandoned houses are staged as murder site. No! There's Ikeshima, which the population went from 8,000 down to 100 now, has lots of cats. So it's even better now. Less humans and more cats. That's an improvement. Then Takeshima, which has 300 people because it still has an industry. Oh. I feel like Ikeshima is the kind of place I'd love to have a stay on. I don't know how I'll fare, but just like that, I love the idea of less people, more cats. I need to. I don't think I'd have the mental fortitude for it, but I need to go train to be a vet and move to one of those cat islands and be a vet there. Takashima. Oh, sorry. Well, the one with cats have no place where you can find food. Well, I mean, you can fish. You feed yourself and the cats. You can get a mine tour where you go on miners' cart trains. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, be a fisherman. That's a good one. You can fish for yourself and you can fish for the cats. I'll train the cats to hunt for me problems. Just gotta get used to a diet of wildlife.
Je
pense que oui, hein. Pas content. But the Thor is get yourself there and we'll see. You get there and there's nobody. There's the cats. The cats could guide you. And it finishes 15 minutes before the last ferry leaves. No, the tour doesn't finish at the port, so good luck. You better bring a tent, just in case you have to sleep on the island. Even the tour guide isn't there. Tour guide doesn't give an F about the tour. I wonder when they'll have me attach the hats to the penguins. I don't see it in the steps. Oh, have a good night, Yuri. I hope you sleep well. In my mind, if you leave the cats alone for too long, the cats would have evolved to self-sufficient. Probably. Is that Shiro meowing? Realize it doesn't sound like a cat. Well, you know what? Not all cats sound like cat, but no, it's not a cat. It's a squirrel that has probably spotted a cat and is making weird squirrel noises to warn other squirrels that there's a cat. Yeah, squirrel. Squirrel. Oh no, I wasn't leaving. I was seeing the tour guide. Oh! You guys have fun, I'm out of here. I mean, does the tour guide also have to catch the last ferry? Because maybe you can hop a ride with them. Squirrels make noise. Oh yeah, they do. They make a lot of noises, and they're all weird, unsettling ones that the first time you hear it, you're like, what? Who made that sound? And then you kind of figure out that it's a squirrel in the tree. There you go. Little scarfs. Not if the tour guide... Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping they live on the island. There are about 100 people. I guess you can maybe find a teeny tiny hotel. Like a room somewhere that you can rent. So 13 is the ones I'm gonna need next. That goes on the back here, so that's 19. 21 is this one. 19 is this one. What's all of this? This is a remnant. These are probably 20. 20 goes on the back here. 21 goes on the other side, I guess. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, there's no steps where they tell me to attach the hat. That might be the next step I technically have to do after the scarves. And then the very last step for the front would be to attach the other earmuff. Because it really seems like one of the earmuffs is behind the head and the other one is in front of the head. Lovely. Never would have guessed they make that noise. I think you can stay at the town hall. They have simple little rooms for you to sleep in, but I would be too scared at night. I agree, the scarves are really cute, and they're gonna have little tassels, which I think is gonna be really extra cute. Do I have to embroider? Me? Oh, that's a good idea. I should do that. So, I guess it's... when everything else is done on the front, the very last step would be to attach the hat. And they both have 15 on there, but what's 15? Oh, 15 is the... weird. Anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna just pack it up for today. That's gonna be a headache for another day. Probably next week. But good progress on those little guys. They almost look like real penguins. Not real penguins, but completed penguins. I wonder when they have me. Oh, okay. Candy cane is a separate step. Oh, it's not a broom. It's a shovel. How is this a broom? What kind of brooms did they have in Penguin Lands? It's a shovel. A sparkly shovel. Okay. I said headache for next week. Thank you so much, guys, for being here for this sort of impromptu stream. That's why it's yellow. Well, I mean, there's not one specific color for snow shovels, but how? Why would you use a broom for anything in the winter? And the penguin army is well underway. I wish. Alright, guys, have a great Sunday and a great week, and see ya all next week or on the Discord in the meantime. Is it a mistranslation? It's not translated, it's in English. Like, this is crafted with pride in the USA, so it's all in English in there. Alright, bye guys.